Hey, welcome back to Not Your Nerdy Neighbor. If this is your first time, my name is Eric, and I started this channel to cover cooking, tech, and some of the finer things in life. I also do some game streaming on here. But today we're going to take a look at the 2020 edition of the Fire HD 8 Pro, which has been an excellent tablet for me. I ended up getting it in this like slate-like color. It's almost like I call it like a dark graphite. But it's been a great tablet for media, also for reading or just late night internet browsing before I fall asleep in bed. I'm not as concerned about having this in bed as much as I am another tablet that might be more prone to like cracking or like less durable. Like it feels somewhat durable on the outside. If it did take a drop, it would show a scratch though. There's the only glass on here is the glass on the screen, and then probably on the little camera itself. But there is a camera on the backside and on the front. So if you're trying to do like Zoom or a messenger call or something, you can do that. Uh, my big gripe with Amazon's tablets in the past has been the app availability. They haven't had a lot of like the AAA, I guess semi AAA games that you would see on like the iPad or the Android tablets. But for if you're just using it for internet browsing, reading, and maybe playing a few games here and there that are through the Amazon App Store, it's well worth the money. So, one thing I also take a look at is the price on these. So, Amazon, I bought this one back in July, the 2020 release of the HD 8 Plus tablet. There is a new one for full price. However, they really did not change much of anything. I looked up the specs. It weighs 2 grams more. The same style of case, the same style of wireless charging dock, if that's something you would want for a tablet. But other than that, I mean, it's a great quality tablet for the price. 1280 by 800 resolution on the screen, but when the screen is that small, I don't know if it makes much of a difference. And with it being with the one that's on sale being under $100 right now, it's for the 32 gigabyte version with lock screen ad support. It is $55 or $54.99 if you want to be exact on it. I got the 64 gigabyte version without lock screen ads because there was such a deal on Prime Day that I decided to spend just over 100, and I'm glad I did. So I have more room for apps and content on my device, because I do like to buy my books through the Kindle store. There's some I like to buy through there, especially any technical books. I work in the cybersecurity field, and you can go through and highlight and then log into the Kindle app in Windows or Mac OS and look at those same exact notes and recall those again. So I do like that continuity feature that they do have. And then I ended up picking up this kind of dark gray case. And like many cases, it's as simple as just popping it in. It's got a hard plastic that keeps it in. The tablet itself just snaps in. Magnetic case. The stand for it took a little getting used to set up, but it part of the magnets lock on the backside, and then this part just flips out and it sits almost like a picture frame. It works well on a flat surface, not so much if it's on a bed. You might want to back it with a pillow. But on a flat surface, it works just fine. I haven't had any issues with it. Mostly for me, it was mostly a screen protector. I'm not using the easel, kind of the easel setup they have for it. But for content, you can use Prime Video, of course, that's through Amazon, Audible, Kindle, Spotify, Netflix, Disney Plus, most of your content providers except for Apple. You cannot look at any Apple content from Apple TV Plus on here. But other than that, if you're not involved in Apple's ecosystem, it is a slick little tablet. There is a micro SD card slot on here. I slotted a 500 gigabyte one I had sitting around that would not work in my Steam Deck that I got really cheap, almost too good to be true cheap. I don't think it fit the secure digital standard for micro SD, so it just basically showed up as a flash drive instead of an SD card. But when I formatted it for the Kindle tablet, it worked just fine, so I'm using it for that. But most of the time, I would highly recommend buying a better micro SD card. In this case, for a Kindle, you're not writing you can't put apps on the SD card. You can put music, movies, books. Like you can pre-download and cache away some of your content. So if you're in an area where the internet stinks, or you're in an area where you don't have any internet, let's say in airplane mode on the airplane, you can still open up a book, and then when you reconnect to Wi-Fi again, it'll actually update where you were in the book with your other devices. So if you have a bookmark on page like 49 out of 600, as soon as you connect back up to Wi-Fi again, it will be reflected on all your devices. So if you had, like I have a Mac Mini set up here and I have the Kindle app installed, I could go back into, let's say I was reading The Last Wish, one of the Witcher books. I could go in and flip back to that same exact page and even the line if I want to. But been pretty happy with it. The only other thing I would say is if you have someone in your life that you're getting this for that is insistent on playing AAA titles, you're probably better off getting them a regular Android tablet. The Kindles do run a form of Android, but it is not stock Android. And it looks like there's plenty of like renewed or lower end like Samsung tablets that you can still get for under $200 if you're wanting to spend a little more. But if, for example, if this is for someone who's not super tech savvy, or if you're on a budget, or if it's for your kids, the Kindle Fire HD 8 Plus would be an excellent option. There is a 7-inch version of this tablet as well. However, for the same price as the 2020 release, you could just get them the 8 Plus. It'll have a better processor, longer battery life, more RAM, which means you can run more demanding apps on your tablet itself. So definitely recommend it. It's worked well. I've had two or three of these over the years as they came out. I used to work in retail electronics, and then I did IT support, so I wanted to keep up on it for if I had to support those in an office environment. But I've been pretty happy with it. Definitely use it for some late night reading or late night YouTube to put me to bed. It's a bad habit, but it's not the worst one I could have. But I just wanted to thank everyone for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Not Your Nerdy Neighbor, and then I am also on Facebook at Not Your Nerdy Neighbor. If you just do a search for all one word or all spaced out, you'll find a avatar that looks very much like me. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful week and a great holiday season, however you celebrate it, and consider taking a look at those tablets. They're certainly not a bad buy, and they're on sale right now as of November 30th, which is the day I recorded this. But have a great night, everyone. I will see you all later.